This is the Civilization 4 NLL. Hello and welcome back to the Noble Leaders League. I am Kjotleik. This is the game between Gandhi and Washington in the 2nd division. Gandhi is number 17 with his 3 points. 1 win, 1 draw, 3 losses in his last 5 games. Washington 3rd with 7 after the opposite 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. Both of them, however, did win in round 5. Gandhi a Diplo win at Roosevelt, Washington domination versus Bismarck. Let's see what they can do in this game. These are the starting positions. This is Gandhi. He starts here on the western end of the southeastern continent. That is the starting continent. There is crabs, there are pigs, there is stone and coal. And on the eastern end we find Washington's starting position. Next to pigs there is jungle here, I see. Also wine, cows is over here, fish, an ocean with clams, and there is iron down here. So this is the starting continent. It's in the south, but they do have access to the continent up here in the north as well, so they have access to a lot of land between them. The only thing they can't access is this continent in the west, a very small one, and these islands that are here as well. So let's take a look at this game. It's Gandhi versus Washington. Let's start it up by doing this, and here we are, off we go. Gandhi versus Washington in the 2nd division, 1 city each. Gandhi is on Hinduism and Washington hasn't a religion yet. 2 cities to Gandhi, and he's expanding with 2 cities before Washington. 2-2. Washington is now pleased with Gandhi though, and they are in different religions now. Gandhi in Judaism, Washington in Buddhism. 4 cities to Gandhi, 3 to Washington. Washington is suddenly up to 5 now, 5-5 in cities. Then we see Washington is trying to get up to the continent up above. We are looking at 1 AD soon. There it is, 8 cities Washington, 5 cities to Gandhi at 1 AD. And they are equal in strength. 6 cities to Gandhi, 9 cities Washington now. Washington has expanded up to the continent up north, and they have touching borders as well. They are cautious. Well, Washington is cautious with Gandhi. Washington on 9 cities. Now Gandhi has built a couple of more as well, up to 9 cities each. They are in different religions. Turn 168. Gandhi on 10 cities now. He has taken over the city count lead again. And Gandhi is weaker than Washington now. Washington is building a little bit more units. Both are getting metal casting. 10 cities each at the moment. Washington going for the horseback riding. 11 cities each. Washington going for the machinery, while Gandhi is getting philosophy and going divine right. Washington is going guilds. 12 cities Washington, Gandhi with 11. We are at turn 196. Coming up on turn 200. Soon 13 cities Washington, 14 to 12 for Washington going banking. Gandhi is going currency. Gandhi is 13 cities, Washington is 14, and Washington is going engineering, while Gandhi gets construction and goes engineering next. Washington goes paper and philosophy, and we see education. Okay, not going for astronomy then, I guess. 16 cities to 13, and it looks like Washington 17 now going liberalism. Washington, does that mean he's going to lib? No, he didn't have optics even, so he didn't lib astronomy. There it is, astronomy for Washington, up to 19 cities. Gandhi is on 13. Washington is pleased though, and Gandhi and Washington is twice as strong, going for economics next, while Gandhi is on education. 22 cities now for Washington, 23 cities Washington. He has expanded to that very little island down in the southeast. He has not gone to the western part of the map yet. 24 cities to 14, and Gandhi is on astronomy as well. Gandhi is out of room for expansion, so he must go overseas. If he wants to expand, then he can do that now with astronomy in the bank. 24 cities, Washington 14, Gandhi turn 273. 14 cities to Gandhi, 24 to Washington, and Gandhi is 0.5 the strength of Washington, which means that Washington is twice as strong, almost twice as strong. Getting gunpowder, going for replaceable parts. Gandhi has settled a city in the continent in the New World, and so has Washington. And Washington now going rifling, while Gandhi is going constitution, 25 cities to 15. Washington on rifling, he is pleased, going for scientific method next. Maybe he's upgrading units because it goes slow, 26 cities to 15. Gandhi on 15 cities, in other words, going for the economics next, and he is settling the islands in between, 28 to 16. And there is another Indian city up in the Arctic. So they have for the most part taken the New World now, 18 cities Gandhi now. Washington going physics, Gandhi going corporation, turn 310 is here. We haven't seen a war yet, so, and Washington pleased, I don't know if we are going to get one. Gandhi is going printing press. Washington going communism, 28 to 18 is the city count. There is room for a few more cities on the map, so let's see what happens once that is filled up. 28 to 18, Washington going electricity, Gandhi democracy. 28 to 8, Gandhi going gunpowder, that's quick, and then chemistry with Washington at radio. There is another 19th city for Gandhi then. Military science is next, and Washington gets radio. 28 to 19, going for the chemistry, one turning that Washington now, and also one turning the steam power, and then going to steel. This is going fast for Washington, the tech rate is good. Railroads next, Gandhi is getting his liberalism now, but that was apparently a little bit too late. Two turning, Washington is getting combustion and assembly line. Gandhi is on communism, 27 cities to 20. And 27 to 20, we are just waiting to see what they are doing now in the game. Gandhi getting physics, industrialism for Washington. 27 to 20 cities, they are still in peace. Steam power for Gandhi next. Will Gandhi try to go culture here, or will this be a Washington space? I don't know. Gandhi with going for railroads next. Washington is on artillery, 27 to 20, turn 365. And rocketry for Washington. I think maybe Washington is eyeing this space race victory in the distance, but then he must do that before Gandhi can get to culture, because I don't think that Gandhi can win space in this game. 27 to 20, Washington on flight, Gandhi gets rifling. Washington turn 377 is on the medicine then, Gandhi with radio. Washington is the one completing Broadway, I see. 27 to 20 is the city count. They are probably not doing well. They could found one or two more cities. There are some room left on the map if you look closely. But Gandhi getting mass media, Washington going for satellites, but Gandhi clearly now he goes for culture. Gandhi, he started taking again, Washington on composites. Gandhi, a couple of turns each time he changes techs, and now Washington is on computers. Gandhi again, 34. What is Gandhi doing? Is he going culture now? Surely he's going culture now. Yes, I think he is. Gandhi is going culture, and this could be Washington has completed the Apollo program. It's turn 400, but can he build all the parts and land at Alpha Centauri before Gandhi wins a cultural victory? Because Gandhi is really good at those cultural victories. And Gandhi is clearly going for it now with 98 turns left of the game. I think Gandhi is going to be a lot closer than what a few others usually have been, because Gandhi can win this easily now. 20 cities is very good. Washington 27, Gandhi 20 cities. Fiber optics for Washington. Gandhi is going flight, but he is going culture. That is sure. Gandhi has 90% culture slider, and creative constructions have been constructed. He is getting more than 6,000 culture per turn, Gandhi. At the moment, more than 6,000 culture per turn, and that is going to go for a very quick cultural victory now, unless Washington can do something. Washington is trying to go for that space, yes. Completed a casing, a spaceship casing now for Washington, and Mining Inc. Washington has incorporated Mining Inc. in Chicago, which means that he can build faster. And he has completed another casing, Gandhi with more 6,600 culture per turn. Will Gandhi get the cultural victory before Washington can launch and land. Has completed another casing, is getting superconductors in 2, turn 417 now. And he completes yet another casing. He must have all the 5 casings now. The standard ethanol has been incorporated in San Francisco. That's Washington again. Going for the genetics now. Gandhi, 6,800, almost 6,900 culture per turn for Gandhi. Gandhi is going for a turn 420. This is so late in the game that it's only a matter of time before either Gandhi wins culture or Washington wins space. Going... What is Washington doing now? Oh, lasers, yeah, now down to 2 again. Okay, 2 turns laser now, turn 425. This is going to be interesting. Washington or Gandhi. If Gandhi can win, maybe he can get himself out of the bottom 3. It would be so important for the Indian leader. An Indian revolt has taken place in New Orleans, which means that Washington is in danger of losing his cities due to cultural pressure, and Washington is wasting his precious time going for stealth. We see that 2 turns left for stealth now. He has completed the life support, but Gandhi with 7,700 culture per turn. How many of those cultural points are going into the top 3 cultural cities? Turn 433. I think Washington has completed the cockpit and he is on future tech. He has all the technologies. He has completed an engine. When will he launch? I haven't seen the message about the launch. But Gandhi could also win culture any time now. He has completed the thruster. I don't know how many parts he is missing, Washington. I don't have that knowledge. So it's going to be really interesting to see now what can be done here. There is a revolt in Kansas City as well, which means Gandhi has a lot of culture, 7,800 per turn. This is going to be a Gandhi cultural victory or a Washington space victory, but I haven't seen the launch yet. Which means that I think now and New Orleans has joined the Indian Empire. It has revolted and Gandhi is up to 21 cities, Washington 26 because of that city revolt. And we have cereal mills in Memphis, and there it is, the Gandhi cultural victory, turn 445 2025. Washington never managed to launch his spaceship. At least I didn't see him launching it. He could have launched it without me knowing, but it doesn't matter. Gandhi has won a cultural victory. 2 points is up to 5 points now, and this could be, depending on the other results, of course, Gandhi's way out of the bottom 3. We'll have to wait until after the spoilers for any confirmations, but at least he has 5 points. That much we know. Congratulations, Gandhi. A peaceful game ended with Gandhi winning culture in 2025. Both of them did complete the Apollo program eventually, Washington in 1978 on turn 398, Gandhi in 2004, that's turn 424. Also, there was a new record in this game. Sid Sushi was founded in 1973, turn 393, by Washington. Nobody has done that earlier before, so that's a new record. Let's go take a look at the statistics. Exit, and we see the score graphs. We see Washington is number 1 in score. He had the biggest empire. GNP, this looks like a culture bomb, and from here on and out, it was, Gandhi that had the most GNP due to his cultural attempt that he succeeded with. Manufacturing, that was Washington. Food, that was Washington. Power, that was Washington as well. Culture, here we see Gandhi, he just skyrocketed away. Espionage, that was Washington. Let's look at the demographics then. These are Gandhi's numbers. 8,500 GNP per turn, 6,005 for Washington. We see good numbers for production for Washington, also good numbers for food. Soldiers land area, we see 52.7 million for Gandhi, 97.2, almost, we round up to 7.2 for Washington then. And we see the numbers otherwise, the top 6 cities and the wonders. Let's go to the bottom of the wonders and see first that there is only one wonder in the BC era, that was Stonehenge in Delhi. And you see the rest of the list. Let's go to the top again. Gandhi with the number 1, city number 2, city number 3, city number 4, city number 5, city and number 6 city. So we had all the top 6 cities due to his cultural attempt. Statistics then. Gandhi, he founded 19 cities, got 6 religions, 1 golden age, currently with 61 towns, 50 windmills and 14 lumber mills and water mills. Built in his cities 19 granaries and theaters, 17 libraries and forges, and we see a lot of numbers here, 8 markets. Let's go page down. And you can read the list, Globe Theatre, Spiral Minaret, page down again, to see that the conclusion of the list is the Hermitage at the bottom. And he did build the Apostolic Palace, and he did build the Sistine Chapel, which helps a lot when you go culture, so congratulations with that. Let's go to the top and look at the current units of Gandhi. 55 riflemen, 20 fast workers, 16 semi-infantries, down to 1 destroyer. You trained a total of 58 archers, 29 confusion missionaries, 28 fast workers, and you see the list goes down. 4 catapults, page down. And the list is completed when we see that 1 maceman was also trained. Let's look at the kills. 1 galleon, and the losses 2 privateers. That was Gandhi. Let's look at Washington. Built 28 cities, 1 religion, 3 golden ages, currently with 44 windmills, 43 towns, 35 farms, and in his cities he built 28 barracks and granaries, 27 forges, and then you see the list, there is 11 hospitals down there, page down. Here starts the wonders, Forbidden Palace, pyramids and stuff. Creative Constructions and Sid Sushi Mining Inc. is also on this page. Let's go page down again. To see Great Lighthouse, oh, this is a full page with the hanging gardens. Let's go page down again then and see the completion of the list with the Great Library at the bottom here. Okay, top and current units stand for Washington. 96 mechanized infantries, 28 workers, 19 destroyers. We go down to 1 machine gun, and then we go page down to check if there is more. Yes, there is a missile cruiser here as well. The trained units. 56 workers, 50 longbowmen, 32 Sid Sushi executives, 31 settlers, 6 destroyers, and let's go page down and find that, oh, we have a full page again with the galleon at the bottom. Is there more? Yes, there is 1 artillery as well for Washington. Then let's confirm the kills, 2 privateers, and the losses, 1 galleon. So, congratulations to Gandhi with the cultural victory. Let's go take a look at the victory conditions screen then. Here we see that Bombay reached 50,000 cultural point this turn. Delhi with 82,000, Varanasi 87, they were a little bit ahead. We see that the Apollo program was built by both of them. Washington missed a stasis chamber and he missed a docking bay, but he had one engine, one thruster, and all the casings, and he did get the cockpit and life support, so he was a little bit away from actually launching the spaceship at the moment. United Nations built by Washington, Apostolic Pillars built by Gandhi, and that's it. Let's go take a look at the cities. Gandhi with his 21 cities, sort by population, and we see Varanasi 22 pops, building wealth, Calcutta, Prayaga, Madurai. Well, Madurai is 20 then, Calcutta, Prayaga 21. Delhi, Aidua 19, Los Angeles was culturally converted, a size 18 city. And do we have more cities? New Orleans also. So we have New Orleans and Los Angeles that was culturally converted to India in this game. They are extremely happy in most of the cities. I think only Mathura has a single-digit happiness surplus. Health is a little bit lower, but decent-ish, just negative in a few cities. The base food is very good as well, in the 40s and high 30s for most of the cities here. Base commerce, 147 in Calcutta, 138 Varanasi, 100 in Delhi, and also 92 then in Madurai, 82 in Los Angeles, 99 in Ahmedabad. Production, only power in New Orleans, but that's probably because Washington built a power plant there, didn't he? The other, not too good production, but decent enough. Building Wall Street. So let's go take a look at Washington's cities then. Washington of America, okay. And here we are over at... no, sorry. Farewell. Don't mess things up for me here now. We are just going to go to the Washington cities and look at those. Sort by population. Kansas City is the bottom city, yes, because he has just enough for that. Miami and Baltimore 24, and then we see a lot of pop 22 cities: Portland, Memphis, Cleveland, San Diego, Richmond, and Las Vegas. Las Vegas? Okay. Well, building a stasis chamber, thruster enrichment, thruster, stasis chamber, thruster engine, docking bay. And some Sid Sushi executive, some units, some buildings and stuff. Happiness, really good happiness. Health is also good. Food production, decent-ish, I'd say. 57 in Portland, 57 in San Diego, that is really good. 52 in Cleveland, high 40s. Elsewhere, 55 in Denver is also extremely good. So yeah, we see the cities here with 50 plus, and that's a lot of Sid Sushi stuff. 102 base commerce in Miami, 98 in Baltimore, 90 Portland. We have 93 in Denver, and 88 in New York. So we see a lot of good commerce cities here. And we see here the production is good as well. 92 in Richmond for the thrusters, 85 in Boston for the thrusters, 80 for the docking bay in Washington. So that was it. It was some good cities here for Washington. Spoiler alert, results and updated league tables follows after this screen. We can confirm when we look at the updated league tables that Gandhi is indeed gotten himself out of the bottom 3 relegation spots. 12th place with 5 points and a negative 41 score turn difference. Washington is number 5 with 7 points and a positive 14. Tomorrow there will be 2 games from the first division. We have Hannibal versus Wow the second as the first game, and then Huayna Capac versus Justinian the first as the second game. I hope you come back tomorrow. Those are 2 games that I'm looking forward to. I am Kjotleik. This has been the Noble Leaders League. Goodbye for now.